Hello world, and welcome to sunny Southern California. We're here today in the parking lot of the Verizon Amphitheater in Irvine for the Spring Festival of LXs. Now, I gotta tell you, if you're not here today, you wanna be here. The skies are clear and sunny, and this parking lot is jam-packed full of people and cars. There are so many cars out here. I can't tell you, there are few brands, few cars out there that generate the amount of passion and interest that the L-Series cars have from Fiat Chrysler automobiles. We're talking modern rear-drive muscle cars, but great combination of comfort and performance. Dodge Chargers, Dodge Challengers, Dodge Magnums, Chrysler 300s. And today is a giant celebration of everything that is LX. So, over the next 30 minutes or so, we want to show you some of the cars and let you meet some of the people that make this such a passionate hobby and such an interesting brand. It all began earlier this morning when all these thousands of cars lined up to try to get into the parking lot. So let's take a couple of seconds and take a look at everything that drove in here. Now, I got to tell you, that was just the beginning of what's become a really awesome day out here. Now, when it comes to talking about the Spring Festival of LX, there's Mr. LX, Mr. Springfest. His name is John Fortuno, and John is joining me right here. Thanks a lot, John.
Oh, man, thank you guys for coming out here. And again, I'm just one guy. The crew and the team of people to make this happen is phenomenal. And just good guys, the crew out of SoCal LX, you know, and the hours that go into it and the follow-up. But, you know, 10 years down, anniversary, amazing people. I think the biggest thing is that it's the passion still. The cars might change, but the passion is there.
Did you imagine 10 years ago that it would blossom into this type of an event?
I was excited when we had like 600 people. I never thought, you know, again, when you look back at the original was like, let's just get together, let's just have fun. I think we've kept it truly organic, although the size is a mega meet, but we've kept it organic in the fact that it's still that camaraderie, that social media, once a year visit, you know, maybe a couple times a year, but this is really that homecoming for people to come through. And again, just organic in itself, although its size has grown, but never thought of it.
Okay, John, you know, you're not only an organizer, really, you're a passionate fan yourself. Talk to me, what is the passion in the LX car?
You know, it's an amazing platform as far as that goes, you know, and every year, you know, to the newest years, the most current version, you know, it's just an amazing platform to work off of and to, you know, expand upon. I mean, way back is the expression. You can still express with today's car, you know, and models, and it just works out really, really well. And that's what we all strive for. All
right. So, you know, we've noticed here, I mean, there's lots of cars all around. We're blessed this year for the 10th anniversary, where there's a good representation of the new Hellcat Chargers and Challengers here, and that's certainly attracted an awful lot of attention. But John, you made some news of your own here today at the Spring Festival of LXs. Talk to me about Fat Chance 3.
You know, today we had the privilege of revealing Fat Chance 3, which is a 2015 Chrysler 300S. Beautiful car. I know a lot of people are thinking it's just a facelift with the front, and you know, had the car about a week plus. You really get to see the upgrades and some of the things that the brand has done to really up the game. You know, what I do and have done for the past 10 years, we have, you know, Fat Chance 1, we have 2.0, now we have, you know, Fat Chance 3. I'm just going to go with a straight 3. But you see that history and that transition along the way. And I thought one of the things that we kind of wrapped up with when we did the reveal is, here's our new canvas. Let's go at it.
So there's an interesting backstory to Fat Chance 3, because I think if I'd asked you 3 weeks ago about Fat Chance 3, what would you have told me?
I have no clue what you're talking about, because we took possession of the car about a week before Springfest, 8 days before Springfest occurred.
Nice. So, burning midnight oil, making this thing happen. Now, you tell me it's an open canvas, so I'm willing to bet next year at this time, Springfest 11, there'll be Fat Chance 3.1?
We'll do that before we get to SEMA in November. This was really just to kind of get, I think, again, looking back at the platform, the brand, it's an exciting platform to work with, but just to go, here's 15, this is a starting point. Let's get some people involved in the game, bring out the excitement back to it, and then we'll just kind of move forward without, going overkill or over extreme, because, that'll eventually come in down the road.
All right. An excellent platform to work with. Lots of love, lots of passion. I tell you, the only way to really understand what John's talking about is the fact that you've got to walk the aisles here in the Verizon Amphitheater. So put on some good walking shoes. Well, my friends from our digital team, we spent some time this morning just walking around trying to talk to as many people as we possibly can to get the stories of them and their cars. Some of them came from as far away as Texas or even Detroit to spend time here in Southern California. So let's take some time and meet some of the people that we've met here today at Spring Festival of LXs. Here you go, Jen.
Thanks, Dale. I just ran into this guy named Angel, and he is still cleaning his car. Hey, Angel, what's up?
How you doing?
Where are you from?
We're from Long Beach, California.
And tell me about your Chrysler 300.
It's a 2006 Chrysler 300 SRT8, custom painted, supercharged, custom headlights, custom paint.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Are you in a car club?
Yes, I'm from a Team SRT.
Oh, great. Is that located just in
Here
California?
in SoCal. No, we pretty much expanded out to like the East Coast, Dubai.
Dubai?
Yes.
That's
Dubai.
pretty impressive.
Yes.
I know they like our cars there.
All right. Yeah, I got some sick looking cars out there too.
So, what makes you come to this festival every year?
It's my 4th year coming here. It's pretty much the biggest LX show of the year, and get to check out good-looking rides from all over the pretty much world. Everybody travels out here for the biggest show of the year.
A lot of fun.
Yes.
Well, I'll let you get back to cleaning. Thanks for talking to us. Enjoy your day.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
All right. All right, look what I ran into. I ran into Anthony, and Anthony has something going on here that looks really military. Yeah, Anthony, tell me about this. This doesn't look like the LX platform.
No, it's a 2010 Jeep SRT8.
Are you in the Army?
No, I'm not. I just always liked the army green colors.
It's a nice color. I have a question. How did you end up here? This is supposed to be Chargers, Challengers, and Chrysler 300s. How'd they let you in the gate?
This is my 3rd year coming. I've always came with the Jeep, and they've let me in.
And you have some friends with some Jeeps?
Yes.
Well, this is very interesting, and I hope you stand out from the crowd.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what else we can find. Hey, I'm standing here with Julie Kane from Riverside, California, and she just got a brand new Hellcat, and I just want to ask you, what do you love about it?
What's not to love?
It's beautiful.
It is, thank you. The lines, the power, the comfort, the style, everything. There's nothing that I don't not like about the car.
You were talking about how it drives. It's not just for driving super fast.
Right. It's amazing to drive at 40 miles an hour.
Okay.
It's amazing to be in all day long. It's very comfortable, and it's just a car that you just want to wake up in the morning and drive. No destination, just drive.
Now, I might want to ask, why do you think you need such a fast car?
Why not? Because
answer.
you built a fast car.
And you say the interior's beautiful and everything about it is
Just comfort, and everything's right at your fingertips. The technology in the car is amazing. Really huge improvement from 14. There's really nothing else that I can think of that it really should have come with.
What's the fastest you've gone?
It's still in break-in phase, so 300, but 300 miles on this one. And if we talked about the white one.
Well, she has another car too. There's another Hellcat right over here that she loves, and she has driven it a little bit faster, right?
Right. This one's broken, and this one's been on the dyno, and this one's been on the track, and it's seen 190.
Wow, that's
So,
pretty fast.
That was about as far as I wanted to push it.
Okay. Well, a lot of people here at LX Festival have overcome a lot of challenges just to be here today. I mean, you're from California, but did you overcome any particular challenges just to get here?
Not really. I planned on being here. I didn't plan on this car being here. I've owned it a week. So as you can see, this has all been done within a week. So we were just in a crunch to try to get it ready and make it not look like just every Hellcat here.
It's the Hell Kitten.
Yeah.
Is that its name?
Actually, its name is Faster Pussycat.
That'll work too. All right, well, thank you so much,
Thank you
Julie.
very much.
It was very nice to meet you, and I'm going to throw it back to Dale.
Hey, thanks, Jen. Here I am. This will tell you that Mopar is a family thing. Let me introduce you to Chris and Christy. Guys, tell me where you're from.
We're from Temecula, California.
All right, and you have two Mopar LX cars.
We do.
How did that happen?
I grew up kind of not a Dodge guy, and she introduced me to the Dodge Magnum, and we really liked the car. And then when the Challenger came out, I had to get one of those. We enjoy the Hemi, and then she had to have a car faster than mine, so we had to get her the SRT8 300 here, and she's loving every second of it.
So she changed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably for the better, isn't it, Christy?
I've been born and raised Mopar. My dad was a Mopar mechanic.
Oh,
so
cool.
So it's in the family.
All right. So what do you like most about your SRT8?
The body style,
The power.
the power.
The power.
All right. And what's the best thing about the Challenger for you?
And it's my daily driver. I do 20,000 miles a year in the car, and it's so comfortable.
Okay.
And for it to be a sports car and comfortable and pretty dang quick, I really can't complain about it at all.
Now, have you guys done a bunch in the way of modifications?
Yes.
A lot of appearance stuff, not much in the way of performance, but mainly just trying to keep the cars looking good as best as we can.
All right. So, do we have cars in lieu of kids, or I mean,
Yes. Yeah, no kids at this point. They are our kids, pretty much.
And you treat them that way?
Absolutely,
Yes, we
yeah.
do.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys, for introducing us to your cars and letting us hang out with you here at Springfest.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Thanks, man.
You know, I don't think it's any surprise that here we are in sunny Southern California, and I find a Detroit boy here at the Spring Festival of LXs. Tell me about yourself.
I'm Jeff Davis from Ypsilanti. This is my number 2 Spring Fest. I was here for 9. That was my first one.
Okay.
And this is my second one. I trailered it both times from Detroit. It is 2,250 miles from my driveway to the host hotel driveway.
Now, and you're pulling the trailer. You didn't pay somebody to trailer this thing out
I'm
here,
doing
right?
it myself. I drove. Drive time was 38 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, is it okay to say that this is a sick ride?
Sure it is.
Tell me about your car, Jeff.
Okay, it's a 2011 Dodge Challenger SRT. It's green with envy. It didn't start out like this. My thing was I was going to keep it stock and just do a couple of little accents. Put some billet tech on it and call it that. And I kind of caught the bug, and it went crazy.
It doesn't look stock. I mean, I understand it. Talk to me about this hood, which is so cool. You got the Dodge Brothers logo right there on the scoop.
Yeah, I had a TA scoop for 2 years. My original plan was to put the original Dodge Brothers Star of David on, with the world on it and Dodge service and dealer on there. And my painter was taking his time, and I wanted it for the Detroit Autorama last year, and it just didn't happen. He got some big deals from some dealerships or from the manufacturers and kind of kicked me to the curb. So it was actually a blessing in disguise. I got invited to the Dodge Charger Hellcat unveiling, and I had all access, and I looked in every nook and cranny, and there were some Easter eggs in there. I don't know if you knew that. Well, I'm sure you knew that.
Yeah.
Well, I found them. Under the center console, I snapped a picture of that. I says, I really like that. Sent it to my buddy. I says, hey, can you digitize this for me? And he did, and he made the center caps for me, which are DB. That picture that he sent me, I gave to my painter. I says, hey, can you do this? He's like, yeah, I really want to do that, because the original Star of David was really intricate. So this was a little more simple, but I think it goes better with the theme of my car as opposed to the Star of David that had a little more detail to it.
Jeff, it's a beautiful, beautiful car, and I'm awed and impressed that you brought it all the way out here from Detroit.
Round 2.
I think I'm ready to tell you, You don't have to go home right away, okay? Stay out here, enjoy the sunshine a little bit.
I think I might stay a couple extra days.
Thanks so much. It's really great to meet a fellow Detroiter out here.
Great
Let's
to
go
meet you.
see what else we can find. All right, so we found some folks who their cars are all the way from Texas, but you're actually spending time here in Southern California, right?
Yes, sir.
What's your names?
Cameron Roney.
And I'm Rebecca.
And what are you doing in California, Cameron?
I'm stationed with the Navy on the USS Ronald Reagan.
Congratulations, and thank you very much for your service. Now, you got a black Charger. Tell me about your car.
Got it in December at a dealership in Texas. Drove it out here nonstop. Just stopped at one hotel the whole time.
Yeah? Did you do all the driving, or did you let Rebecca drive a little?
She drove a little bit.
He let me drive for a tiny bit.
Yeah, for about an hour, and then kind of got that, I need to drive again.
Okay. What do you like most about the car?
Just the fact that the power is always there.
Uh-huh.
I used to drive a little small turboed car, so I always had to wait for it, but I like the fact that it's a little bit bigger, easier for both of us to drive.
Okay.
And it's got pretty good throttle response.
All right. Now, Rebecca, what do you like most about the car?
I like driving, and I like how it has pickup.
Uh-huh.
I like speeding.
All right.
Yeah, weren't even here for 30 days and got a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. So, how long are you going to make Rebecca share an LX car with you before she can have one of her own?
Probably whenever I get back from a little underway that we have to go around South America.
Okay.
Then try and save up, buy her a Challenger.
Mm-hmm. All right. Would you have any other car after you've had the time in this one?
Probably not. Just going to build it and then maybe get like a Ram truck.
All right.
Just to have it for towing.
All right. Cameron and Rebecca, thanks a lot for spending some time with us. Now let's go to Ed and see what he's found out here in the Spring Fest of LX.
All right, so I'm here with Jacob Cruz from San Diego. And Jacob, you've got a Magnum with a message. Tell me about it.
Yes, the Magnum with the message. I'm Jacob Cruz, and so this Magnum was built in remembrance of our veterans and fallen ones from the military. Vets Cruising for a Cause. Basically, it was built to just remember all our fallen soldiers, for prisoners of war, missing in action, wounded in action, and killed in action. If you notice around the vehicle, it has different military images. It's just overall, just remembering those people that we've missed throughout the years that have been to war, and just throughout the years.
It's a great message. Do you have some connection with the military? Was there someone special in your life that caused you to do this?
Well, myself, I've served 4 years in the 101st Airborne Division. I was in OIF, Operation Iraqi Freedom. In 2003, we were the initial push through Baghdad, and that in itself has that touched me to build this vehicle, and it's our charity foundation that built this vehicle. It's a military tribute vehicle, and it's the reason why we dubbed the car Warrior Edition, because it's in remembrance of those warriors who served their country and pretty much earned the right to build this vehicle in remembrance of them.
Sure, well, it's a great message, and we certainly appreciate your service. I want to ask you about the car itself, the Magnum. Magnum's not currently in production anymore, but we see several of them out here at the LX Fest. What is it about the Magnum that people still cling to, that love about it?
It's tank. It's a tank with so much power, and it's so much room in it, and it's just something different that you don't see in any of the different makes and models in any of the different industries. It's different. You're not going to see it anywhere else. And the amount of horsepower it has, and I have an SRT, and you gotta love it. I mean, the power, people don't think, oh, it's a wagon, oh, it's a grocery getter. Okay, I got something for you. And then you put the pedal to the metal, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness, look at all that horsepower. So I love my car just because, it has that space and that power. Why not have that Magnum?
Awesome, yeah, exactly. When you look in your rearview mirror, you know when there's a Magnum behind you, right?
Yes, especially in mine. You're gonna see it from a mile away.
That's awesome. Thanks so much, Jacob,
You're
for
welcome.
being with us. John 12 Trees, you drove all the way down from Milpitas in Northern California in your 300. Tell us about your car.
It's a 2006 Chrysler 300. It's a V6. I've just, I bought this car, and within a year I found a car club, and just, I came down here in 2009 was my first year, and for Springfest I've been here every year since, except for 2013. I ended up getting diagnosed with cancer the exact week of Springfest 2013. I went through nine months remission or chemotherapy, and now I'm back to health, and I made last year and this year. So, and just the car, everybody, we have our own car club, but all the car clubs are so friendly and so knowledgeable, and I just love everything about these cars. My wife's got a Challenger, so I just love these cars and have made so many great friends and from all over the place. So it's awesome.
Well, we're certainly glad that you're feeling healthier now. Obviously, that's why you have the green bow,
right?
As signifying your survival, being a cancer survivor. What is it about sort of the LX platform and really the community that you find here at the LX Fest?
The camaraderie. I just love all the friends. I mean, I know I said that, but and then just seeing what everybody does to these cars. I mean, I don't think there's any other platform out there of other makers that can do the customization that we have done for these cars. I mean, it's just unreal, and it's just, you know, a great experience. And I love it's all about the people, really. That's really what I love about this. So.
Yeah, it sure is about the people, and we love meeting people like you. And we're glad you're here and healthy, and hope we see you here next year as well, and enjoying the LX Fest.
Thank you so much.
It looks like I've walked into the middle of a little family affair.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
I'm with my new friend Ruben from Palo Alto.
That's right. Yeah.
Who's your crew?
So I have my baby girl. This is my baby boy, my nephew. Family. Yeah. Long drive.
You putting them to work on your Challenger?
They have to. It has to be shiny for today, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. What brings you to the LX Fest?
You know what? It's just love for Mopar. I love these cars. You know, it was, you know, since the first, you know, year that it came out, I said I wanted that car. I wanted to get into it, and it looks just totally different than what it, you know, when I got it. It just, you know, I love these cars.
What have you done to it to make it look different?
Well, first of all, the front, if you can notice, I put a 392 chin spoiler, which is pound one.
Sweet.
It gets you know, a little wider. I did the halos, multicolored halos. I have an intake in there. Also, you know, of course, the wheels, staggered setup. Actually, I just dropped it in order to bring it over here. You know, lower it a little bit, make it a nice, you know, nice stance to it. And besides that, you know, I'm still working on it.
How long have you had it?
2 years now.
All right, looks like you've done quite a bit in 2 years.
Oh, yes.
And what are these guys doing for you? They're buffing it? Are they tuning the engine for you? Are they? Are you guys? You want to drive a car like this? Yeah. Yeah, they look like they'll be hell on wheels for sure.
Oh yeah, he will. You know, he loves it. I brought him to the track a couple times, and he loves it. He likes it.
All right, Ruben.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. You know, LX Festival is not only about the cars, but families and people, and that's why we love coming back here every year. Dale?
All right, that was 15 minutes of people talking about their cars, and you need to understand that's just a small smattering of the 1,000+ people that are out here in the parking lot today of the Verizon Amphitheater for the Spring Festival of LXs, the 10th annual. And one thing I hope you took away from that piece is something I've learned over the last couple of years is there's a really strong connection between military people and the LX platform, because it's very easy to run into people here who have spent time serving their country. And on a personal note, please just take a moment and shake their hand and thank them for their service. Now, one of the really cool things about the Spring Festival of LXs is it's not just the fans of the people who have cars. The head honchos, the guys from Auburn Hills at the company headquarters come out and prowl around. And I happen to have one of those head honchos with me right here. This is Mark Trostle, who is the head of design for SRT, Mopar and Motorsports. Mark, thanks for joining.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure.
Now, why did someone force you to leave suburban Detroit to come all the way out here to Southern California for this weekend?
Yeah, it's a nice weekend to be out here with the weather, that's for sure. But it's great. We love coming to this event. Just as you say, we have a lot of people from the home office here, because what we see and what we are influenced, we take that back to the design studios, to product planning and marketing, and all those folks are out here as well, because we feed off of this passion and the emotion that our customers have for the vehicles. And it's great to see what they do, the customizations that they do. It's fantastic, and they love to tell us about them, and we love to listen to them as well.
So when you walk around, or have you been walking around today, what are 2 or 3 things that you see that people really like to focus on when it comes to a customization of their car?
Wheels. Wheels is one of the things that always sticks out, always upsizing the wheels, lowering the vehicles a little bit, which you can do on these wonderful roads in California. Not something that works out so well in Detroit, unfortunately. But those are two things that always stick out to me.
All right. You know, the other thing I got to tell you is, here in the Southern California sun, we have a phenomenal color palette for these cars, and it really actually makes them stand out even that much better here.
Oh, absolutely. It's great. The car's, you know, a little overcast this morning, and now it's beautiful, and it's great. And it's amazing how much care and attention to detail people have and put into the vehicles. We've seen full custom paint jobs on, I don't know how many 300s and Chargers, wraps, people really experimenting with colors and graphics. And we like to see that. The graphics side of it is something that we're always experimenting with in the studio. So it's great to see what kinds of trends are going on out here.
So a year ago, you and I were standing here talking about this, and we had just actually shown people what the Hellcat logo was going to look like a year ago, and it made a really big splash. So we're here a year later. We actually have a few Hellcat cars. Have you seen the Hellcat logo migrate around beyond what we just sort of do at the factory?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. In fact, there was a couple cars I saw that customers are actually, you know, doing custom embroidery on the headrests with the Hellcats and seat belts, and you know, just the shirts and the merchandise that is being created is fantastic, and it's so neat to see, and it's so exciting because these folks, they really are ambassadors for our company and for our brand, and they speak very highly of these products, and it helps spread the word, and it's great. And I mean, it's one big family here for us, and it's great to be a part of it.
So next week, if I come by your office later in the week, maybe some napkin sketches on the flight home or something, you get a little inspiration?
Oh yeah, we're taking a lot of pictures, that's for sure.
Fantastic. So, you know, last year we introduced Hellcat and talked about Hellcat, and there's just the amazing array of cars that are here. You know, John Fortuno introduced his Fat Chance 3, and you know, that's an amazing car because he's got an air suspension on it, and I noticed when it rolled out, it really accentuates the line that goes above the front wheel. The angle of the car really helps that stand out. So we also have talked a little bit about lately another thing, especially for the Dodge Charger and the Dodge Challenger, a real heritage-inspired thing for our country, and that's the Scat Pack. Any Scat Packs around here you've seen?
Yeah, we've seen a few Scat Packs, and like you say, on even the 300, Fortuno's 300, our vehicles are a great, they're, you know, a great template or a great platform for people to take them even further. Scat Pack, I mean, what a great vehicle! 485 horsepower for under $40,000. I mean, that's fantastic performance. So it's a great place for folks to then go and customize. And so we're excited to see what's going to be done to our products next year. That's for sure.
I'm excited about the Scat Pack too. I mean, it's called bang for the buck. I mean, nothing resonates like that. So earlier this week, we had a chance to talk to some of the guys who are associated with the Scat Pack and have them explain to us exactly what the Scat Pack is all about. Let's take a look at that.
Springfest is an absolute perfect time to bring the Scat Pack as well as our shakers back to this venue, simply because a lot of the enthusiasm and passion we have for the heritage of our brand started right here with these kinds of consumers, which brought to market the Scat Pack.
So the Scat Pack vehicles that we have on display here, the Charger Scat Pack specifically, is a good break point between the Dodge variants of Charger and the SRT variants of Charger. The Scat Packs take the best of both worlds and put them into the perfect vehicle. Up front you can see some SRT styling in the front of the vehicle. The reason for that is because the Scat Pack actually utilizes the 392 SRT Hemi, and we need the big grille openings in order to cool the big engine underneath the hood. Moving through the vehicle, we use the outgoing SRT Brembo brakes, so it's a 4-pot Brembo brake system front and rear, which has outstanding brake capabilities. We're talking under 120 feet, stop 60 to 0, 320 stops from 100 to 0, and really good brake fade resistance at the racetrack. Leading more through the vehicle, we have some SRT inspired exhaust and also some SRT inspired rear styling of the vehicle as well. And that's for the aero balance, because this vehicle behind us is capable of 175 miles an hour. So vehicles of that speed, we want to make sure that we maintain the SRT functional requirements of the vehicle and the stability of the vehicle at those speeds.
Now, Scat Pack is something throughout all of the years has been incredibly passionate and remains relevant in the marketplace today. If you look back in the late 60s and 70s of all the different Dodges that we had, that club was still talked about today in some of the most iconic vehicles of its time. Now today we've brought back that Scat Pack opportunity, incredible value and performance on the Charger and Challenger Scat packages.
The Scat Pack vehicle with 485 horsepower out of the 392 SRT Hemi engine is absolutely a drivable package every day of the week. The drivability of the vehicle is really up to the driver. You've got 2 feet, you've got a gas pedal and a brake pedal, and you can control it as much as you want. It can drive like a 100 horsepower car, it can drive like a 485 horsepower car.
Scat Pack's incredibly special, really for 2 reasons. One, the vehicle is just dripping with heritage, whether it's the iconic B emblem, interior accents, but overwhelmingly the horsepower. No other muscle car today offers more horsepower under 40 grand than the Scat Pack. 485 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque on both a Charger and a Challenger make a really incredibly and special package.
Okay, I think when I get home, I'm going to have to put a new line in the family budget that reads Scat Pack. Now, this is a great event, but like most great events, it doesn't just come together on one day. There's kind of a pregame event, and we had the chance to visit with some of the people when they were preparing for the Spring Festival of LXs. Let's go to my colleague, Jen.
They wash, they wax, and then they show it off. That's what more than 1,000 LX enthusiasts are doing in this parking lot to prepare for the 10th annual Spring Festival of LXs in Irvine, California.
It's a Mopar. It's the best car I've ever owned. It has 120,000 miles on it and it still runs like the day I bought it.
Owners of Dodge Challengers, Chargers, Magnums, and Chrysler 300s, all built on the LX platform, pour their heart and soul into these custom creations.
Lots of mods. It goes from the engine to suspension to interior, customized, the doors and trunk. You know, we like to try to compete in the car shows, just a passion.
For some, the customizations even come down to their favorite color.
Started looking at the packages and what was in, and then realized, oh, and I can get it in purple. So purple it is.
And talk about a showstopper. This California Car Club takes their LX enthusiasm to new heights.
We all have real, hard working physical jobs, and it's just to come home and have something to just, produce and work on.
LX enthusiasts have less than 24 hours to get their cars squeaky clean before they have to compete with others for attention and admiration.
Something Robert Savage is very well aware of, but embraces the hard work.
And there's no trophies, there's nothing else other than just being with people that are, of the same like, if you will, and love to be able to just show their cars and little things they've done and just changes, and just fun to spend time with people and, meet new people, make new friends. Made some great friendships from coming to this event, and it's a lot of fun.
The 3-day event wraps up with a massive car fest, but sometimes just getting there is the best part of the ride. For FCA Digital Media, I'm Jen Herman reporting.
All right, I got to tell you, the inner car guy in me loves spending some time just cleaning my car. It's sort of a commune time. Now, earlier in the broadcast, we had a chance to talk with John Fortuno, who's sort of the public face of the Spring Fest of LX. I need to bring you now a guy who's really not public, but has as much to do with the Spring Festival as anybody. This is Erik Munk from the FCA regional headquarters, what we call a business center. Erik, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Glad to be here. It's a great event. We love doing it every year.
All right, now, you've been at this all 10 years. Tell me, how did this get started?
Well, it's interesting because, we have a regional office over here, and we had a group of fanatical fringe enthusiasts that said, hey, can we do an event in your parking lot? There's about 20 or so of them that had done some modifications to their cars and really enjoyed the canvas. At that time, it was the 300 that had just come out because it started in 2006. So we said, of course, yeah, we'd love to have you in our parking lot. As a matter of fact, we'll even buy everybody lunch. So we embraced the community, and we started working with them, and since then it's evolved, as you can see, to this, where we have multiple brand displays, we've got a thrill ride, we've got a huge attendance of over 1,000 vehicles on site, We also have Richard Petty here today. I mean, this started in our parking lot, and now we have the king at our event. It just blows me away sometimes.
How many years did it last in our parking lot?
It was only 2 years, and we outgrew that. And then, you know, it just boom, boom, boom. It's just grown year over year over year like crazy.
All right.
Because the enthusiasm that all of the fans really that bring to it, it brings even more people from Detroit. Our headquarters come out and they enjoy coming to this event. They get a lot out of it, a lot of the interaction, and a lot of our ideas and our designs and where we want to go in the future comes out of this event, which is really cool. Yeah. It's truly listening to your customer and doing what they want.
So the passion that we get from the fans, from the owners of these cars, does that make it easier for the business center to get behind an event like this?
Yeah, it's definitely a labor of love. You know, this isn't just trying to sell cars. This is embracing the culture, the people that love your products. I mean, where else would you want to be? This is like vacation to us, because this is it's validating what we all want to do and making the product better for the consumers, and it's a great place to be.
So do you find yourself thinking about next year already?
Oh yeah, we've already been planning. We were planning next year before this started today, you know, and that's just how it keeps growing and growing and growing. And then we'll take some things that happen today and we'll build on it for next year. We're already trying to say, well, how do we take it even to the next level from here?
Well, Erik, it's fantastic stuff, and I, on behalf of everybody here, I can't thank you enough for the business center getting behind the Spring Festival of LXs. So thanks a lot, and now you're not quite as unknown as you used to be with LX.
All right, thank you.
You bet. And so, you know, we've taken a half an hour or so. We tried to show you what's best about the Spring Festival of LXs. It's this unbelievable gathering of really passionate people who love their cars, but as much people who like hanging out with other people who have a similar interest. I can't tell you from walking around the Verizon Amphitheater today, the ability to, people who just love to hang out with each other, people from various parts of the country who when they spot someone that they saw last year, they get together, there's hugs, there's exchanges, and then you get tugged over to their car and say, look, man, look what I've done, you know, from last year. There's a brand new painting on the inside of my trunk lid, or I've added airbags to the car. It's almost like a family gathering or a family reunion here. So we appreciate you spending time with us to find out about how much fun the Spring Festival of LXs is. Well, I want to leave you today, just stick around. We did a quick walk around. We want to show you 60 cool cars from here in the next 60 seconds. So thanks for watching FCA Live. Have fun, and we'll see you again soon.